Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. Are we living and loving for the beat? Are we living and loving for the outfit? This, my darling, is by Koi. She's my wonderful friend. I live and love her. And it's a kaftan. Can you see gorgeousness? And it also has what? Also has the pants underneath. Is this not fabulous? I live and I love. Okay, let us get into it. Oh, kilo day. The Aries in me is just too impatient, so I am just going to skip all of the fluff and we're jumping right to Ife. Toyin is from Ife, that is her hometown, and she was bringing her girls over to Ife. I went to school at University of Ife. Can you believe that? I went to the high school there. What was it called? Moremi. I think it was called Moremi. And we lived in Elisha, so we used to drive from Elisha to Ife. My father was at the hospital there, and my mother taught in Ife as well. So I know Ife very well. Anyway, her cousin, I think she's part of the royal family, so we get to see Queen Ronke, and then we also get to see the beautiful king, of which all the girls knelt down in salute and respect for him. It was one of the favorite parts of the episode because he gave such sound advice. And he told us as women how powerful we were. And it just went through all of them, because I don't think that they actually listened to what he had to say. Needless to say, Laura could not come. I live for Laura. Laura is smart. Like I said, for the entire season, Laura has made sure that she removes herself from any kind of shenanigans. She's getting married, so she's getting her wedding dress together and all of so and so. So she wasn't there. And my beautiful Queen Supreme Faith was not there. Anywho, all of the girls met up. So we had Tanya and we had Choma. They came into like a sitting room kind of thing. And then Mariam also came in. She didn't say hello to anybody, and the two girls did not say hello to her. From there, Tiana came as well as Iyabo. So it was those five. Tiana now opened the floor to say that she needed to speak to Mariam and that she had spoken to Choma the night before. Mariam, bless your heart, because I felt the whole shenanigans, and we'll go through it. I felt that Mariam was ganged up on. That's how I felt. I felt that Mariam was ganged up on. From the second Toyin opened her mouth to say that she spoke to Choma the night before, I would have picked up my bags, I would have picked up my kaftan, my dress, and I would have sashayed up out of there. I would have what? I would have sashayed out of there. I would not have been there in any way, shape or form to listen to anything else. What an insult. So you know what? You bring me for a group session while you had a private session with Choma. The same Choma who was questioning Laura whether you were pregnant or not. The same Choma that you wanted to fight and beat up and tear her head off at the first reunion. The same Choma who really doesn't care about you. Toyin, I love you. You know I love you. I love you more than anything. I wear your outfits and I live for you. What you did was wrong. What you did was so wrong. If you wanted to speak to Mariam about anything that these girls have said, or what Mariam has said to these girls, you had the opportunity when two of you were at the gaming site, when you were on these games or whatever. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying that Mariam is 100% right, but what I don't like, what I detest more than anything, is when somebody is outnumbered. There was nobody to stand up with for Mariam in that room. You knew that, and you went ahead with it. To what end? It was unfair. It was unkind. I don't care what Mariam has said about you. I really don't care. But you guys should have settled it separately. Choma, Tanya, Yabo don't deserve any kind of front seat audience to any kind of explanation between you and Mariam. They don't. And I love Choma, I love Yabo, and I like a little bit Tanya. They don't deserve it. Why did you do that? You should have just gone to Mariam and said, Mariam, you know what? This was said about you, about me, from you to me. This one said, that one said, this one said. It's so stupid and it's so childish. I detest it more than anything. That kind of high school nonsense. It wasn't necessary. Needless to say, I'm getting emotional. I know. I was just really irritated. Mariam sits down. And then Toyin goes on to say that you said this about me, you said that about me, that is how they are telling me, and this, that, and the other. I think Mariam thought that they were going to talk about how she told Choma that, Choma, if you were a mother, that this, that, and the other. I think maybe that's where Mariam was going to go. Needless to say, Choma now, she's just barging in and talking and interrupting, of which Mariam does get up and walk away. Girl, I wish you had continued and not come back, because they wouldn't let her speak. Mariam speaks very fast. Mariam, you have to find a way where you can speak slowly. And you did do that in this episode towards the end when you had said that you and Toyin were done. It broke my heart because I know that you were hurt. You were really, really hurt. Anywho, Mariam does come back. And when Mariam comes back, this is when it really just escalates, because Toyin and Mariam start to go back and forth, head to head, of what this person said, of what that person said, of denials, of allegations, of accusations. No, Toyin, you said this. You told me this when we were at the gaming site, talking about, you know what, let them not bring our two heads together to fight. Here's the thing, and I think this is where it all jumped off. Toyin wasn't caring. I can't remember who it was, but Toyin was upset with somebody. And Toyin had said that she wasn't crazy about Mariam being friends with them. I can't remember. Was it Laura? I don't remember. And so Toyin was upset about that. Okay? I don't know how Mariam heard it. You know, Chinese whispers. But she heard it and she confronted Toyin in the beginning of this season. Do you remember when they got together and Mariam said she wanted to speak to Toyin about A, B, and C? I believe that it wasn't resolved in their hearts. That they met up for the sake of meeting up to say, you said this, you did this. But there wasn't any clear explanation and there was no clear apology and repentance and acceptance and forgiveness. There was not. So what happened was Mariam has been holding a grudge for Toyin for quite a while. I say that because Yabo's event. Remember when Faith was there and Mariam was saying, but Faith, you know what? Laura is your friend. Where is she? Why isn't she here? Or whatever. And Toyin said, well, you know, Faith, that's her personality. And Mariam said, Toyin, just shut up. Toyin, you just be quiet. In her confessionals. That was when I really saw that Mariam did not care for Toyin at all. So Toyin was confronting her about all of this. And I believe that Toyin is a very clear person. That's what I love about her. She tells you how she feels. She's done with it. She doesn't harbor anything inside. She does not, I feel, of what I have observed. But Mariam does, and Mariam did. And when you harbor things inside of you about somebody else, it's because you really loved and cared for that person. I believe that Mariam really loves Toyin. That Mariam really loves Toyin. And they have been friends way before the show started. Of all of the girls that were there, Mariam and Toyin the closest. That was why this right here was a hot mess. And so that was how they started to talk. Shut up, this, shut up, you shut up. And Mariam said, shut up, you understand me, with some swear this thing. And Toyin came out of nowhere and chest bumped Mariam. Of which Yabo opened her stupid mouth to say that, Mariam, you have to eat, or you this, you have to eat, or whatever, because I think that Mariam's dress got disrobed. Never make fun of people. Don't do that. Don't make fun of her. I think Mariam is fine. She's a very slim girl and she's fine. All of you are beautiful. It's not for you to come and start saying, oh, you know, she's too skinny, she has to eat, she has to this or whatever. It's an extremely ignorant comment. And that is how you all looked. You all looked like stark illiterates. You all looked ignorant and you all looked stupid. And so Mariam now was trying to defend herself, of which the two, I can't say hello to you, Choma and Tanya, now held Mariam. It was such a humiliating and angry position that Mariam was in. You don't talk to me, you don't say hello to me, you have gripe with me, but now you want to hold me back. Get off of me. Toyin too was held back because Toyin too wanted to beat up Toyin. That's not nice. That's not nice. Why would you do that to your friend? Why would you do that? Because you think you're bigger than her, so you can go ahead and do that to her? You did that with Choma the last season. We've talked about it. You cannot be physically accosting people all over the place, especially because of your health. That's not good. It's not a good look. I looked at my beautiful younger sisters and all of you were a mess. You were a hot mess. I just sat back and I felt really sad about a couple of things. Toyin, I expected more from you. You're the most wherewithal for me. And for me, I feel that you have more wherewithal than all of the girls. I really do. And I was disappointed because I expected more from you and it wasn't necessary. And how come we did not see this conversation you had with Choma the night before? Choma that you had a quarrel with. Choma that's really not your friend. Choma who went ahead and said, I don't know whether she was pregnant. Was she really pregnant? The same Choma that is crying because Mariam said that, you know what? You're not a mom. If you're a mom, then you know how to behave. And she clarified it. She said again, I didn't mean it in that context, even though I reprimanded her and I said, there's no way you should say it regardless. You shouldn't. You should always be, when you become a mom, that's how you should be so that you are not misunderstood. But for all of you to sit there and say you're going to talk to Mariam, I find it to be a very, very callous thing to do. I think it's callous. I think that it's very ganged up on and nobody stood for Mariam. Nobody was on Mariam's side. She walked into the lion's den of all of you. Yabo sat down there. You heard Yabo in her confessional. Oh, we're getting all the tea now because now we realize that it's not only Mariam, but Toyin too has been talking. And then Tanya, boneless Tanya. I love it. I enjoyed it. This, oh, wow, favorite. I lived for it. Choma, I expect better from you. I just do. With all of your education and you're so very well traveled and all of these things, I expected better from you. I expected somebody to stand up and say, I don't think we should have this conversation here. I don't think we should have it here in Ife. After the wonderful king and queen have really, you know, taken us in and treated us so beautifully to tie and dye, to beautiful food. Look at how they dance for us and everything. They have hosted us so beautifully. I don't think we should have this conversation. On top of which, you know what, Toyin and Mariam, I think you should have this conversation some other time, some other place, later on, together, and we'll figure the rest out. Mariam, come with me. And I'd have walked that child out. You're all wrong. But I don't like bullies. And I don't like the fact that you all looked like bullies on Mariam. That's how it looked. And it's not nice. Don't forget you are mothers. And Choma a mother to be. You have children. I would not want to present myself in that fashion. I'm Adrian's mom. You're a wife. It's a television show, but that's it. Don't jump around like buffoons on television and make yourself small and despicable in this way. And you're Africans. And you're Nigerians. Remember who you are. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the notification button, my darlings, and I will see you sooner than later. It's the very reason why I love Faith. It's the very reason she comports herself in such a way that you hit yourself against the rock and it's you that breaks, but the rock stays intact. I live for it.